I think the biggest thing is disappointment. I definitely thought we defended well. We attacked well as well. I think we were very disappointed to come away with a point and not all three.
And you talk about that disappointment. Does it kind of stem from the culture in the locker room and what you guys are all kind of building here? Is that where that kind of stems from?
Yeah, I think so. We've now got this culture of we win games. We enjoy winning and we win with a purpose. I think the disappointment is that we've won so many games and we feel like we could beat any team. So yeah, coming away with a point isn't what we wanted.
And another new back line tonight. Well, maybe not new, but kind of switching it up and stuff like that. Can you just talk about maybe the trust you have in everyone that goes and seems to step in and play defender in that role as a goalkeeper?
Yeah, I mean, I trust every single person on this team to go in and do a job on the back line. We can put Marta in the back line and she'll do a job, she'll do great. But yeah, it's difficult coming off an international break and you're playing on Friday when people like the Brazilians have played on Tuesday. So it's difficult, like you're going to lose players, especially when we're traveling to the West Coast. But I think we defended just as we always defend. We defended the same way. I think the defensive principles are always there and we're always doing that.
And talking about the defense, maybe can you talk a little bit about what Paul has done for the goalkeeping core and as well as the defense and just how much he's influenced you so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, I love working with Paul. We got on really well. We have the same kind of humor, the same kind of, we're like basically from the same place in England. So, but yeah, it's been really good. He's brought us to the goalkeeper union together. We work every single day and we work hard. And then he's also brought in like a lot of communication between the goalkeepers and the back line, which I don't think happened previously. It maybe was a little bit of us and them, but we're definitely like a solid unit right now. And we listen to each other. We coach each other on the field, and we demand from each other. I think that's key. We know when it's not good enough, and we know that we can tell people it's not good enough too, and we can demand better.
We will go ahead and go to the Zoom. Start with Michael Citra.
Hey, Anna, thanks for your time. Just want to get your perspective of Doniak's goal. It looked like you had a pretty good view of it, and then it looked like it took a deflection off Cori.
To be honest, I couldn't really see it because Cori was stood right in front of me. It's just one of those things. I think on a different day, Cori can block it. But yeah, it's just one of those things.
We'll go ahead and go next to Jackie Maynard.
Hey, Anna, just curious, this does kind of feel like maybe the first true disappointment this team has had this season. Just what do you expect, as Lucas was alluding to, the culture, just how this team will bounce back going into, another tough matchup next week against North Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, I think that speaks volumes of the team that we are disappointed. I think we're not going to dwell on it. We're going to take the positives from the game. We're going to work on maybe the not so positives, and we're going to come back and we're going to win the next game.
And we'll go ahead and wrap up. Michael Citro, go ahead.
And just what do you think it says about this team that you guys have been able to get so many results in a row with so many different lineups in front of you?
I just think it shows that everyone's bought into Seb's ideas. Everyone's bought into doing the dirtier side of the game, like the hard work, putting in a shift. Everyone's down to do that, and I think we honestly just have fun as a team. So it doesn't matter who goes out on the field. Like, we're just having fun, and we're just playing football. So I think the culture is that, like, we work hard, but we have fun doing it. So it just turned into all these results, and we're gonna keep going.
Overall, I think it's a good away point. It keeps our unbeaten streak going as well. It's always a tough place to come. San Diego away, you look at the personnel that they have on the field, internationals all over, but I think we stood up to the challenge really well. I thought we took our goal exceptionally well as well. It was great to see Julie get on the score sheet. And then, obviously disappointed with the equaliser, but to see the game out and get a point away from home is pleasing for the staff and the players.
Do you feel like that's the feeling kind of in the group right now, or is there a little disappointment in the squad to not, walk out of here with the full 3 points?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the players are coming off the field disappointed that they put themselves in a position to win the game. Unfortunate not to see it out or get that second goal. But every game has its challenges. When you're sitting at the top of the table, it's always tough because teams try that little bit harder to try and knock you off that position. And so, yeah, I think there's elements of our game that we can continue to improve on. I think we can control the game more in possession, find our connections and our links. But again, it's a good away point. Last year we would have probably taken that, but yeah, the players have set high standards for themselves, and so have we as staff. But yeah, we'll review the game and see what we can continue to improve on to ensure that we can get 3 points.
Not a new starting lineup, but a different starting lineup seems almost nearly every match it's a different new starting lineup. Can you just speak about the depth of the team and just how difficult it is as a coach to go through those decisions?
Yeah, I mean, there's some big personnel missing tonight, and Barbra was on limited time as well, which is always difficult as well. But the one thing that this team has showed is that its next player steps up and knows their role within the team, and we know that they'll be 100% committed to their role and give everything, and that's really important for the culture that we've installed into these players. And I was pleased for them. Cori Dyke got her first start in the league, really, really important. As well as Alex Kerr getting a first appearance as well. So yeah, we're using our depth. We're making sure that we're putting the players in positions that they can be successful as well. And so, yeah, they should be pleased with again, the point that we got away from home.
I was going to mention Alex next. Can you just talk about the work that she's put in, and then obviously how building up to the moment and making her first appearance, just the work behind the scenes that she's been putting in?
Yeah, I mean, it's been challenging for her because, you look at some of the personnel that she has in front of her. But yeah, she has a brilliant attitude. She's always committed in training, always asking the right questions to improve her game. And we felt today was a great opportunity for her to get her first appearance in the league. And, she did well to say, it was a first appearance in a hostile environment when, the pressure's on as well. But we needed her in that moment. And, she did well.
We'll go ahead and go to the Zoom. Michael Citro.
Hey, Seb, thanks for your time. Just curious about your tactics going into this game. It seemed like you were looking for your team to absorb San Diego's pressure, maybe wanting to take advantage of them trying to get out on the front foot because they've struggled and hit on the counter. Was that sort of what you had envisioned, and in the second half, did maybe did maybe the back line get pushed back a little bit further than you'd like?
Yeah, I think it goes back to what I said earlier. You know, we'd like to possess the ball a little bit more, but yeah, that's an area that we're going to continue to improve on. We want to play brave. We want, you know, teams to commit to their press as well, which will allow more space in behind. I don't think we found our two forwards too often in the first half. You know, with the likes of Barbra and Ali, you know, there's a lot of pace in that front line, and so we just have to be more decisive with our decisions. And then second half, it's always difficult. You know, we talk about this all the time when we're 1-0 up in the first half, and then two halves are never the same. You know, losing Barbra in the second half, bringing on Marta, you know, two very different players, but exceptional players as well. And I thought there was moments where we controlled the game in periods, but yeah, I think we could have been more clinical in front of goal and created a few more chances. But yeah, this team looks very different all the time. You know, the personnel come on, the likes of Summer Yates, Ali Lemos, very different players to the like, you know, Julie Doyle, who's more direct. So yeah, we just adding more layers to a game, play to players' strengths as best we can. And again, we're still in a learning period of our season, and you know, pride as well. This is only our second year as coaches, only second year with this group of players, and so every moment is a challenger moment and a learning moment, and you know, that's going to put us in good stead moving forward.
So Jordan, go ahead. One more.
Seb, you mentioned Barbra being on limited minutes, and this is noticeable. The second time she's come off at halftime, and the other team has noticeably gotten much more aggressive, not having to worry about her getting in behind. What can you do to sort of combat that moving forward if this situation arises again?
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult because there's not another player like Barbra. She is always going to put fear in defenders. She's going to keep defenders honest with their starting position, and so I think if that scenario presents itself again, I think we still have quality players, and it may look a little bit different. You know, we take off Barbra, we bring on Marta, and I think within that second half, I think we have now a player who can possess the ball really well, still be threatening in attacking positions, but it may look different to Marta and Barbra are very different players. So those opportunities that will present themselves will look different, but we always try and play to a player's strength. So with Barbra, it's more of a threat in behind. With Marta, it's more, you know, ball at her feet and getting in good areas to dribble and drive past players and still get good opportunities to score.
We're a little disappointed because we've set a high standard, but we're also proud at the same time to come into this environment with all these fans and against a great San Diego team to come away with a point where we should be proud of that.
Absolutely. And you were on the score sheet tonight. Can you just kind of walk us through the goal that you scored, what you saw with the ball from Barbra, and how you felt when it hit the back of the net?
Yeah, I mean, it came off of a defensive corner kick, so that was amazing. I think it started with Ali winning a tackle right above our 18, and Bree, you know, had the heart and desire to sprint and beat the other player to the ball, play Barbra down the line. Barbra drew two players. I was just thinking, get in the width of the goal, and she's going to play me the ball, hopefully. And she did. It was perfect. And I just knew I had to get my foot on it, and it went in.
That's great. And, of course, a homecoming game for you. A lot of family here. Can you just talk about the support it is and how nice it is, you know, like you said, in a tough environment, a hostile environment, but to look up and see some Pride fans up there.
Oh, yeah.
And Julie Doyle fans, too.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I was just honestly thanking God, like, before the game, like, how cool is it that I'm at this level and I get to play in front of my family? Like, you don't get many opportunities like this, and so I was just soaking it all in and having fun.
That's great. That's great. We'll go ahead and go to the Zoom. Michael Citro, go ahead.
Hey, Julie, thanks for your time and congrats on the goal. I'm just curious as to what kind of player you are. Are you the kind of player who will remember this goal longer, or the missed opportunities earlier when you had some good looks on the right side?
Um, I definitely wasn't satisfied with just one goal, and I knew that one goal wasn't going to win the game. So, um, definitely just going to keep taking shots. And I think in games previous, I haven't, trusted myself. And the coaches this week actually were like, "You just need to shoot more, mate." And I was like, "All right." So I was shooting. They didn't come off in the beginning, but hey, one of them went in, and I'll take it.
Citra, go ahead if you have another one.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but that you've had some good opportunities. The one that you scored was the hardest chance of all three of them. It was a bit behind you and everything.
Yeah.
How like do you feel the pressure come off you when you finally see the ball go in like that? After a difficult start to the season.
Yeah, definitely. I think once you get one in, your confidence just goes up, and so I'm hoping that was like the start to more to come. But yeah, we'll see. I just gotta keep shooting and trusting my teammates and being committed to getting in the width of the goal.
Go ahead to Jackie Maynard.
Hey, Jules. One thing that's been talked about a lot with this team is just the rotation of the lineup and the depth and diversity that you're seeing on the field. I'm just curious, can you maybe bring us inside training or what the tactics look like of how this team is still able to produce results no matter who's on the field?
Yeah, we have our principles, and so no matter who's out there, we stick to those. And yeah, I trust every single person on this team to step up if we need them and get the job done. So yeah.
Go ahead and wrap up with one final one from Citra.
All right, Julie. How important is it to get this stretch off on a good foot? I mean, you got 4 games on the road out of 5 heading into the Summer Cup. It's maybe the most difficult stretch of the season. What does it mean to get a tough result, a tough environment against a team full of internationals when you guys, maybe had a few bullets in your gun, not quite there for this game?
Yeah. Yeah, we just need to take one game at a time. And I think this was kind of a good wake up call for us that, we're going to need more every single game. We have a target on our back. That's where we want to be. But we know that we can give more. And so that's what we're going to do next game. And we're not going to look past the next game. We're just going to focus on the next one.